Hi everyone, I'm Jamie Mushaw, and welcome to your complete step-by-step guide to buying a home. If you're dreaming about home ownership, or even if you're just curious about how this whole process works, you are in the perfect spot. My mission is simple. I want to take something that feels huge, confusing, and stressful, and turn it into something exciting, empowering, and absolutely achievable for you. So let us get into it, because your path to becoming a homeowner starts right now. Step 1. Getting pre-approved. Before you look at homes, before you scroll endlessly online, the very first step is getting pre-approved for a mortgage. Think of this as getting the green light. Your lender will review your pay stubs, W-2s, bank statements, and help determine your budget. This step is powerful because it gives you clarity. You know what you can afford, what your monthly payment might be, and what price range we should be shopping in. And trust me on this. The lender you choose truly matters. I work with my lending partners constantly. We check in, we communicate, we stay aligned, and together we help you win in a competitive market. Choosing a lender who cannot close on time can cost you a house, so we figure everything out before we ever write an offer. Step 2, understanding agency and who represents you. Agency representation simply means who is legally on your side. Seller agency means the agent works for the seller. Buyer agency means the agent works for you. Buyer agency is still fairly new in real estate, but it has become critical. As your buyer agent, my job is to guide you, protect your interests, and help you make the best decisions possible. There is also limited dual agency, where one agent represents both the buyer and the seller. It can work well in certain situations, but both parties must agree to it. And then there is single agency, which means I represent you and only you. I am your strategist, your negotiator, your educator, your advocate, and your partner in this journey. It is so important to work with someone you connect with, someone who is organized, someone with a plan, someone who communicates clearly, and someone you genuinely enjoy working with, because we are in this together. Step 3, your strategy session. Before we hit the road to look at homes, we sit down for a strategy session. We talk through your goals, your concerns, your lifestyle, your future plans, and the things you absolutely need in a home versus the things that would simply be nice to have. We discuss financing options, I connect you with lenders if you need them, and I share resources about schools, neighborhoods, crime search tools, future development, and everything else that impacts long-term value. This session helps me understand what truly matters to you so I can guide you toward the areas and homes that actually support your goals. Step 4, house hunting. Let the fun begin. Here's where the excitement kicks in. Touring homes. Once you are pre-approved and we have a strategy in place, we start the search. I look for homes daily. I explore on-market listings, off-market opportunities. I tap into agent networks, and sometimes I even send letters or knock on doors if you have your heart set on a specific neighborhood. When we tour homes, I help you evaluate the property beyond the photos. I point out things to pay attention to, potential maintenance issues, neighborhood vibes, resale value factors, and anything else that matters to your decision. One important thing, do not call the number on the sign, do not click more info online, and do not walk into builder offices without me. Those things can accidentally assign you to another agent, which means I cannot represent you, and I want to be there to protect you from day one. Step 5, writing the offer. When you fall in love with a home, we write an offer. You choose the price and terms, and I advise you on strategy. I analyze the market data, I compare similar homes, and I help you structure the offer so you have the strongest chance of winning. Sometimes we win on the first try. Sometimes it takes a few attempts. Stay patient. The right home always comes together. Let's chat about Earnest Money real quick and what that is. Earnest Money is your way of showing the seller you are serious. It is usually 1 to 3% of the purchase price. You only pay it if your offer is accepted, and it becomes a credit toward your down payment at closing. It needs to be delivered on time. If it is late, it is considered a breach of contract. You can pay by check or wire, whichever you chose when writing the offer. Step 6, the inspection period. After your offer is accepted, the home is basically held for you until closing. This is where we schedule your home inspection. Here is the truth. No home is perfect. Even new construction homes have things that come up. I help you understand what is normal, what matters for safety, what could affect value, and what might be worth negotiating. Sometimes it is better to ask for a credit instead of repairs because credits give you more control and flexibility. Step 7, appraisal, timelines, and lender updates. Your lender orders an appraisal to confirm the home's value. If it comes in low or requires adjustments, I step in and negotiate. I also check in with your lender throughout the process to keep everything on schedule. Once we are under contract, it is usually too late to switch lenders, so choosing the right one early makes a huge difference. Step 8, closing costs and why credits are amazing. Closing costs are separate from your down payment and include things like escrow fees, recording fees, lender charges, title insurance, prorated taxes, prorated HOA dues, and the buyer agent compensation. Instead of asking for a price reduction, many buyers benefit from asking the seller to cover these closing costs. A seller credit means more cash stays in your pocket. You can use that money for repairs, upgrades, furniture, or just to have extra savings. It is one of the strongest negotiation tools buyers can use. Step 9, final walkthrough and key day. A few days before closing, we do a final walkthrough to confirm everything looks right and any negotiated repairs were completed. On closing day, once the county records the sale, you get the keys. It is the best moment in the entire process. Do not schedule movers the same day. Recording times vary, but trust me, key day is worth the wait. And after closing, I always recommend rekeying the home for safety. Buying new construction. New construction is a different type of process with more decisions, more timelines, and more details, from floor plans to finishes to lot choice to future value planning. Builders often require non-refundable earnest money. Using a realtor does not change the price you pay, but it absolutely protects you. The important thing to remember is this: if you visit a builder's sales office without me the first time, they usually will not allow me to represent you afterward. So always take me with you right from the start. Avoid these common buyer mistakes. Now let us talk about some of the most common buyer mistakes and how to avoid them. One big mistake is skipping the mortgage pre-approval and jumping straight into showings. That creates unrealistic expectations and often leads to disappointment. Another mistake is waiting too long to see a home or respond to communication. Even in this market, delays can cost you opportunities. Some buyers also make the mistake of calling the number on the sign or clicking the More Info button online. When you do that, your information gets routed to random agents, and it can disrupt your ability to work with me. Walking into new construction offices without your realtor is another big one. Builders track first contact, and if I am not with you, they may not allow me to represent you. And finally, sometimes buyers ignore the guidance they are paying for. I am active in this market every single day. I talk to other agents constantly. I see what is happening in real time, and my job is to give you every advantage possible. What I do behind the scenes to serve you. Here's something most people do not realize. There's a lot happening behind the scenes that you never see. I am constantly analyzing market data so I can guide you with real numbers and real insight. I negotiate strategically on your behalf, always looking for ways to strengthen your position. I focus on mitigating risk at every turn, making sure deadlines are met, documents are correct, and nothing slips through the cracks. I also simplify the entire process for you. I coordinate inspections, follow up on repairs, communicate with your lender, and keep every party involved on schedule. I look for off-market opportunities, reach out to agents daily, and sometimes even send letters or knock on doors if you love a specific neighborhood. I also help you understand HOAs, compare neighborhoods, gather property information, and point out important details during showings that you might miss. And once we are under contract, I monitor the appraisal, review timelines, keep the lender updated, and make sure we stay on track for closing day. After you get your keys, my job is not done. I provide contractor recommendations, neighborhood insights, annual home value updates, and ongoing real estate advice for as long as you own your home. Final wrap up. Buying a home is a huge milestone, and you deserve someone who is all in on helping you achieve it. Someone who communicates, strategizes, negotiates, simplifies, protects, and celebrates with you the entire way. If you're thinking about buying, or if you just want to explore what is possible, I would love to talk with you. Tell me your goals, your questions, your dreams, and let us make them happen together. Thank you for watching, and I cannot wait to help you find your perfect home.